I
So,
am heading.
does that sound fair to everyone? If I add value, if I help you with your business, maybe to generate more deals, close more deals, does that make sense? Would that be worth it to you to maybe work with somebody who's going to help you to get more deals done, right? Not just somebody that can quote interest rates. And, I love it when lenders say, well, I'm available. And you're supposed to be available. You're supposed to be available. You're supposed to close on time. What is your other value add that you bring to the table? What are you doing to help clients? Listen, I referred three pre-approved buyers yesterday to my agents. Three. So just think about that for a minute, right? Because in this market in 2025, you're going to need someone that's going to be able to help you to get things done. So let's get right into it. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm like on TikTok all the time, so I don't do a lot of presentations here like PowerPoint. So I did put together some stuff here. So let me just see here if we can get this going like this. Let's see. All right, cool. Everyone see my slides? Nakia, can you
Yeah.
see my slides?
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right. So basically, what we're just calling is 2025 real estate success formula, how to close more and earn more even when rates are high. If you see any typos, you're going to see them. My wife has not proofread my slides yet. Okay. Um, but what we're going to cover, three mindset shifts that I made that really helped me in 2024 to work with a lot of buyers and help a lot of people. And I want to share them with you. Hopefully, it helps you. Just a way to kind of shift the way that you might be thinking about your real estate business going into 2025. And the other thing is four skills you must master. I mean, basically, like if you don't know how to do these four things, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to thrive and succeed in 2025. And how we can work together, you and I, how we can work together in 2025. I'm going to share with you what I do and how I help the agents that I'm working with right now. And then we'll also just open it up for some Q&A at the end. And I'm going to go pretty quickly. And by the way, my handle is at the helpful lender. You can find me on all social media platforms. I will tell you right now, and what has been for the last year is my focus is 100% on TikTok. If it goes away, not really a big deal. I'll just focus on YouTube and Instagram, but you can find me on those handles. Reach out to me, send me a DM. I'm very responsive. Love the opportunity to work with you. And at the very, very end, I'd love to schedule a call with you guys and help you understand exactly what you're doing in your business, what your challenges are, how we can work together, how I can help you. I have several agents where I'm also an accountability partner for them, right? If you want someone that's going to really care about making sure you succeed and checking in with you, a lot of agents really do appreciate that. They like that. So here's how I can help you. Basically, I built my account from zero to 47,000 followers in a couple months with zero ad spend, like built that organically. I have over 500 hours of teaching people how to buy homes. So when you're talking to a lender, if they do not know how to explain things, they don't know how to allay people's fears about high interest rates, right? Most first-time home buyers are what? They're scared, right? They're timid, they're scared. Do you have someone that knows how to talk to them, that knows how to listen to them? Do they feel heard? Do they feel understood, right? So that's what I was saying. Like, I want to be your go-to lender. Refer them to me. Let me talk to them. And if they're like, hey, you know what? Wasn't a right fit for me, you have plenty of other people you can refer them to. But the point of the matter is that when I speak to them, we're going to talk about where they're looking to buy. What do they want to do? Why do they feel that now is a good time for them to buy, right? Listen, I will tell you this. Not one single person that I helped in 2024 bought because they thought rates were good. Not one. Not one. No one said, you know what? Rates are phenomenal right now. Let me go out and let me buy a home. But we helped plenty of people in 2024 to buy homes. Why? Because we understood that they had a need. There was a reason why for them it was the right time. All right. Millions of views across social media and generated 2,612 buyer leads without spending a dollar on ads. And the other cool thing is that I refer pre-approved buyers to agents all over the country that I work with. Okay. So the number one mindset shift that I want you to make is to not set goals this year. I know that that's going to sound crazy for a lot of you, but I'm going to tell you one of the things that I decided to do in 2024 was to not set any goals. Now, I know everyone says set goals, set goals. I want to ask you a question before we get to this. How many of you set goals and you don't achieve them? Right? You're like, hey, I'm going to help. I'm going to sell 20 homes this year, 25 homes, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is. Right? What you want to do is you want to create a mission. And I'll share with you a mission that you can use, that you can adapt, that you can share with your clients. Because listen, people can get behind a mission, right? If we set goals, right? If we go to someone and we're like, hey, you know what? I have a goal of helping 25 people buy a home this year. That's great. It's very self-centered. It's very selfish. It's very like we're looking inward. By the way, just so you know, if any of you are in any type of sales slump at all for any reason, I will tell you the number one thing that you can do right now today to get out of a sales slump or get out of any funk that you might be in is to turn your focus outward. I do a lot of coaching. I work with a lot of loan officers. I work with a lot of real estate agents. One of the things I can tell every single time when I'm talking to someone and they're in a sales slump or something's not really going their way, I'm like, you're looking inward. You're focused on what it is that you need. You're focusing on what challenge you have. When you turn your attention outward into serving and how can you help someone get what they want, it almost instantly it'll instantly change your vibration for sure because it just feels different. Like, how can I serve? How can I help? How can I help you to get what you want? So it might sound very, very simple, but a lot of people don't do it. So let's get to it, right? Everyone sets goals, and yet most people don't accomplish their goals, right? I think that we can all, I think we all have experienced that, right? Have experienced that. And by the way, I love questions. So if you've got questions, just hang tight. I'm going to answer all your questions. Listen, by the way, I answer questions 2 hours a day on social media. 2 hours a day, every single day. I love questions. So I field questions all day long. By the way, I do a home buying workshop every single day, right? So if you want to talk about consistency, I will never tell you to do something I'm not doing myself. Never. I will never tell you to go do something I am not doing myself. When I tell you to go be consistent and go out there and do whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself successful, I am doing it. A lot of my real estate agents are like, oh my God, do you sleep? Like I see you on live in the morning, at night. Like when I log on, you're there serving and helping. Now I'm able to do that because I have a team that handles the processing and stuff like that. My processor's been with me for almost 10 years. She's amazing. So I trust her to get everything done. She's awesome, right? But that's why I'm able to do what I do, by the way. So here's the thing. Create a mission this year. Do not set a goal. Mine is to help 100 people fire their landlord or leasing office in 2025. What I tell my clients when I talk to them, I say, this year, I want you to send your landlord a notice. I want you to send your landlord a notice this year that you're out, that you're done. Don't wait for that rent increase. Don't wait for them to send you something. Don't wait for that rent increase. You're going to be sending them a notice this year. You're done. Right? Or if you already own a home right now, right? A lot of people that own homes, they want to go buy something else. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. A lot of people want to be real estate investors. They don't know how to do it. By the way, listen, so many people want to be real estate investors and they don't even own a home, right? They don't even own a home. The first investment property you should buy is the one you live in. Live in it for a year, right? I've helped some people buy 3, 4, 5 homes. They've never put more than 5% down. It just comes up with a plan. So last year, my goal was to be the most consistent live mortgage show on TikTok. I wasn't trying to be the best. I will never tell somebody why I'm better than someone else. I don't know that I am, but I would love to share with you how I'm different. And one thing that I decided to do was I was going to be the most consistent loan officer on TikTok. I chose one platform. I went all in on it and I went live every single day. When I literally first started, it was me talking to my wife, right? So I've been there, done that, got trolled, the whole, still do. Doesn't matter to me. Don't care. Just does not matter, right? By the way, if you want to read one book this year that's going to change your life, you want to read one book this year that will change your life, read the book Mindset. You need to go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is you are who you are. You're wired the way you're wired because of your parents, because of where you live, because of your upbringing. You can't learn anything. I'm going to ruffle some feathers here right now. You're easily offended, right? If you're easily offended, you have a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is going to be, well, look, hey, you know what? You might know something I don't. I do not care if you are 14 or you are 80. If you've got something that I can learn, let me check the ego at the door as best as I can, and I will listen to you. What do you have to say? So you really want to adapt a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is, you know what? This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. And you will defend your position no matter your results, right? Because if you didn't sell any houses or you didn't do anything, it's not your fault. It's the rate's fault. It's the inventory's fault. It's this fault. It's that fault. It's Biden's fault. It's Trump's fault. No, it's not. It's your responsibility, no matter what is going on, that you're going to make it happen, right? And we'll get to more of that in a second. We'll get to more of that in a second, right? So here's the thing that really, really shifted everything for me. Stop thinking one on one and think one on many. So stop thinking one on one, think one on many, right? So the reason why I went the live route was because I literally can talk to hundreds of people. I'll tell you a quick story. I hope that this is okay. Um, so a realtor reached out to me last year, and she's like, I want to do a home buying seminar with you. And I'm like, great, not really interested. And she goes, well, why not? I said, I tell you what. I said, I've got a great location. I said, I'll do a home buying seminar with you. I said, but here's the deal. I said, I will do all the work. I will present. I will teach. I'm like, I have the slides. I got everything, but I want you to promote it. I want you to promote it. I want you to make sure people show up, and I will take care of everything else. I'll have the coffee, the donuts, whatever you want to do. I got the place. We're good to go. We'll do it on it. You pick the place. Okay. Do you know how many people showed up? Take a guess. Can I see the chat? Let me see the chat. How many people showed up? How many people showed up? Right? How many people showed up? Zero. Zero people showed up. Do you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. Number one, she didn't know how to market. She did not know how to market. Everyone thinks, oh, go out and put out a home buying seminar. I'm not saying don't do a home buying seminar. But what I'm saying is you can't do a home buying seminar and expect people to show up if you do not know how to market. No one's going to show up. It's not going to be the best use of your time. Here's what we did. Literally, this is what we did. I said, can I show you a better way? Can I show you a better way? Now, there's some people in my market here in Baltimore that they will do a home buying seminar and they might get 30, 40, 50 people. Great. They know how to market, right? But if that's not your strong suit, just throwing out a home buying seminar is not going to do anything, right? It just isn't. But here's what I did. All right. I said, can I show you a better way? And they're like, yeah, it was her and a title company. It was the title company rep. Okay. By the way, another mistake that people make all the time, in my personal opinion, why in the world are you going to have a home buying seminar and you invite everybody and their mother? You have two lenders, you have an appraiser, you have an inspector, you have a title company. Why? Why? Confused minds don't make decisions. Why are you going to sit there and overwhelm someone with all these different things? And then you want to know why someone doesn't make a decision. Why are you going to have an appraiser, an inspector, two lenders? Literally, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever at all, because you're not going to make a decision. A confused mind is not a decisive mind. It's not. It just isn't, right? So hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, point of the matter is what we did was we went live. I turned on the camera and I said, look, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do this. I literally turned the camera on. She was terrified. She was terrified of going live. I said, I got you. I'm going to hold your hand. I got you. Right? I have another wonderful real estate agent in Ellicott City. I drove down to his house and went live with him. I'm like, let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to do this. He's like, this is amazing. Like, this is unbelievable. Because see, when you start teaching people and people start seeing you over and over, it's the repetition. They start looking at you differently. That's how you really, really can come across differently than everyone else, right? It's your value proposition. So hopefully that makes sense. Is this making sense for you guys? Is this a little bit different than what you might have heard elsewhere? And by the way, newsflash, the number one skill that you need to master is storytelling. See, you think that as an agent, your number one skill is negotiating. How are you? Listen, before you can negotiate, you need a client to negotiate for. Am I right? Before you can negotiate, you need someone to negotiate for, right? So the number one skill that you can master if you're going to spend time doing anything is storytelling. Is sitting there and explaining, hey, listen, you know what? Jennifer reached out to me. She wanted to buy a home. She was really, really scared. She didn't think she could buy. She's been renting, but she did not think she could buy. But I tell you what, let me tell you what happened. Let me share with you what we did for her. When I post content, I will tell you that anytime that I can put a story in there, it's going to take off way more than anything else because I'm explaining what we did and how we did it. So storytelling is going to be one of the best things that you can possibly learn for your business. Do you need to negotiate? Of course you do. Do you need to understand contracts? Of course you do. But my point is that you're not going to have anyone to do that for if you don't know how to speak to people. If you don't know how to market, you don't know what it is that you're doing, you're not going to have anyone that you could speak to. Is that making sense? So put a one in the chat if it is, okay? Mindset shift number two that changed everything for me. Don't try to find buyers. Find homes first. Let me explain what I mean by that, all right? I see so many realtors out there trying to find buyers. I need to find people. I need to find clients. I need to find clients. I need to find clients. Buyers, who can I help? Who can I help? Listen, if you do this one thing out of the three, this one mindset shift, if you start looking for great homes to buy, the buyers will come. You have absolutely no idea how lucky you are over lenders because you can go into any home you want that's on the market. Lenders can't do that, right? You can. Go start. Listen, I have an agent that refers me 30 to 40 leads a month. Do you know what she does? I'll tell you right now what she does. I'm glad that you guys are here. For those of you who showed up today, I applaud you. It's kind of interesting to me how people are slow, but there's only 10 people on this call, but that's okay, right? It's like they've got other things to do, which is totally fine. But the way that she refers me is because she features homes. She goes in and what she does, if she's showing a home, she'll get there a little bit early and she'll feature it. Now, she won't give the address of the home. What she will do is she says, hey, look, this is what you can buy for 300,000 or 350,000 in 21234. And she does a home tour, right? She does not give the address because she's not the listing agent. She wants to do what? Generate leads. She's smart. So people reach out and she goes, hey, if you want to buy a home, reach out to me and I will put you with my preferred lender. He'll get you pre-approved, right? So that's how she generates a ton of leads. She is featuring homes. She's featuring homes. So one of the things that you could do is have a home of the week, have an amazing opportunity. Hey, check out this gorgeous home that is available and it's only priced at this. Or, hey, look, this might be an awesome opportunity that you could get into this home potentially with no money, special financing available. You can get into this home with no money, right? Now, you do what you do, right? But if the home's been on the market for a little while, it doesn't ensure that the seller is going to pay for closing costs, right? But it's definitely a possibility. So what I'm telling you, right? So I have agents that reach out to me like, Carlo, how do I work with more investors? Well, how many deals have you found them? Well, no. I'm looking for investors. Well, if you want investors, find them deals, right? Find them deals. Are you guys familiar with DSCR loans, right? Debt service coverage ratio loans, right? So one of the ways that you find the people that you're looking for is you find what they want first, right? So when I do my live every single day, I literally go on homes.com or Zillow and I look for homes. I look for homes. That's it. That's what I do. And here's what I tell people. I'm like, listen, number one, what's the maximum mortgage payment you feel comfortable with? They tell me. And I know right away, based off of that, what price range you're probably going to be in. And then I'm like, what zip code? What zip code do you want to buy in? Right. Then I just look for stuff. I look to see if there's anything even available. Many of you are working with buyers that are in a price range and there is absolutely nothing available in their price range. Nothing. There's no homes. There's no homes available. Right. That's why you're getting frustrated. That's why you're sitting there and you're not getting anywhere with them. So one of the first things that I do is I say affordability, availability. Affordability, availability. Then I'll do my part, which is to get you qualified. But why am I going to stress you out about what credit score you need, what income you need? Have I even talked about that yet? No, we're talking about homes because without a home, there's nothing to buy, right? Is that making sense? Put a one in the chat if it is, right? So if you just do one thing, which is inverse thinking, right? Look at what all other realtors are doing and do the exact opposite. Inverse thinking. Charlie Munger, if you guys know Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, right? Charlie Munger was his business partner. He recently passed, right? Inverse thinking is one of the most powerful things you can do in your business, right? So one of the things that I did was I looked at every single thing that loan officers were doing on social media and I did the opposite, right? Lenders on social media, all they do is talk credit score, credit score, credit score, credit score. Okay, fine. Listen, I'm not worried about your credit score. I'm not worried about it. Because number one, your credit score probably is better than you think. And you know what? I can probably help you get it to where it needs to be. Not really worried about it. Right. But at the end of the day, why am I going to stress out about your credit score? If you want to buy a home in California, I help all over the country, by the way. If you want to buy a home in California for $1,500 a month, you're not going to find anything. There's nothing available. Why don't we just start with that? Right. But a young lady reached out to me a couple of weeks ago. She wants to buy in Parkville. I live in Timonium. Number one question. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. What's the maximum credits? What's the maximum monthly payment you feel that you would qualify for? 2,500 bucks a month. Sweet. Awesome. Great. Cool. What area? 21234. Cool. I know instantly that there's 40 to 50 homes in that price range. Now, I don't know if any of them are going to work for her, but I know we got something to work with. Then all I need to do as a lender is get them qualified. So hopefully that makes sense. Look for great homes for first-time home buyers and great investment opportunities for investors, right? One of the best things that you could do if you're in a market, and I don't know if you are or you're not, I'd have to do some research for you. I really know Maryland really, really well. There's certain parts of Maryland where you can rent way, 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 way below what you can find to buy, right? So then the question is going to be, do they see the value in spending more per month to be a homeowner? That takes explaining. That takes like someone that knows how to explain that. Okay. They know how to explain that. Right. So that's something that's really, really important. But if you're in an area, right, where rents are very similar, right? Rents are very similar to what you can buy a home for. Like there's many spots in Maryland where rents, I can get you into a home for the same amount you're paying in rent. And by the way, furthermore, I can probably get you in with the same amount of money as you would need. Listen, one of my realtors that I work with, she's also a property manager, right? And I'm like, what are the average rents that you charge as a property manager? She goes, 2,500 bucks. I'm like, where? She goes, Baltimore County, Baltimore City. I'm like, well, how much money is needed when they go to rent a home? She goes, about 4 to 5 grand. They need a first month's rent, first month security deposit. I'm like, shit, pardon my French. I'm like with MMP, I can get them in with that or less. I can get them in with that or less, right? So what you want to start doing, mindset shift number 2, is start looking for homes. Does that make sense? Rather than trying to find buyers, feature homes. When you're showing homes, get there a little bit early. Take a video of the property and say, hey, look, this is what you can buy in 21234. This is what you can buy in wherever you're located. All right. And if you need help with any of this, I want to be your go-to lender this year. Again, I'm making my intention very, very clear. I'm very direct, right? Very direct. I want to be your go-to lender. If your lender is helping you generate more business, cool, fine, no worries. I don't need to be your only, you don't need to, you can work with other lenders, but I want to be the one that you think of first. Hey, call Carlo, talk to him. He's going to help you to buy a home. He's going to help you figure out what's going to be the best thing for you to do. We're responsive. We get to the closing table, and I will help you with the other pieces of it too, right? And if you want, we can even, I'm even happy to call you once a week to hold you as an accountability partner. Happy to do that. So when I'm teaching, I always start with the home first. Always, always, always. So when I literally do my lives, I flip the camera and I start looking for homes. Because here's the thing. Most people are not aware of the fact that there are homes available because they read the news, they listen to that. Listen, there are some people that think that hedge funds are buying everything. How many people have told you that, well, you can't buy anything? Hedge funds are buying everything. Hedge funds buy every house available. You can't find a home. So what I do is the first thing that I do is I challenge that belief by literally showing them homes, by literally showing them homes that are available right now that they could potentially buy, right? We want to show them what's possible. That'll get the mindset shift number 3. So what are rents going for in the area? Are there any homes available in that price range? I'm going quick because I want to keep it, within an hour, answer some Q&A. Is that making sense? Put it in the chat if you guys are enjoying this so far. If you've learned just one thing, maybe a takeaway, maybe kind of a shift of mindset going into 2025 that might help you. Okay. Is this a little different than getting with a lender that's just sitting there talking to you about programs? I'm a little bit of a different lender. Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now. Is this a little bit different than a lender sitting down and telling you what the rates are, right? Telling you, well, hey, you know what? We do this, we do that, right? Well, listen, we don't even need to get to programs if you don't have somebody to talk to. We don't even need to get to programs unless you have someone to talk to. So this is a little bit different. And again, I want to be your go-to lender, the person that you think of. Hey, call Carlo. Give him a call. He's going to take great care of you. And then, hey, look, send them to me. If they don't feel like it's a good fit, here's what you do. You say, look, here, I want to send you to Carlo. I think it's going to be a good fit. Talk to him. If for any reason you don't feel that it is, I got 5 other lenders I can refer you to. You can use whoever you want. By the way, that's all you need to say, right? That's all you need to say. You can be like, look, I think I have somebody. Listen, let me tell you something. When I refer someone to a real estate agent, I do not say to them, hey, I've got 16 realtors you should talk to. Now, what I say is, listen, based on your needs and this conversation, I have someone that I think would be an amazing fit. Talk to them. And if you don't agree, let me know. I've got plenty of others. You can use whoever you want. That's it. That's it. That's how you make a referral, by the way, right? Because a confused mind is not a decisive mind. A confused mind is not a decisive mind. I had a client, $500,000. I sent her to my real estate agent that I found in Pennsylvania, right? It was somebody who was connected through a title company. And I said, look, talk to Shantae. If you talk to Shantae and you do not feel that she is the best fit for you, let me know. I've got plenty of other realtors you can talk to, but I think it's going to be a good fit, right? Boom. She talked to her. My buyer called me back. She goes, I love her. I love her. She is amazing. She is awesome, right? So that's fine. If she would have called back and said, you know what, I really appreciate it, I left it open for her. I left it open for her to know that she has choices, options. She doesn't need to do that. So, by the way, if you can afford a home, find a home, buy a home, right? People ask all the time, should I buy or should I wait? Well, if you can afford a home and you can find a home, buy a home. By the way, the question that you should be asking is, can you? It's not should you buy or should you wait? Can you? Can you even buy? Is it even an option? If I want to invite you this summer to go to Italy with me, to go have fun, go visit the Amalfi Coast, the first question is, can you even go? Is your passport ready? Nakia might be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. When are we leaving? Right? You might be like, yeah, let's go. But the question that a lot of people, should I buy or should I wait? They're stressing themselves out. They don't even know if they can. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Here's the thing. Mindset shift number 3. I see this mistake over and over and over and over again. Realtors and loan officers alike trying to convince people why they should buy. Stop convincing people to buy a house. You don't need to. You don't need to do it. Rather, educate and encourage, right? That's another thing on my lives. I don't talk anyone into buying a home. If you want to continue renting, just continue rent all you want. Because the second that someone is met with resistance, they are going to oppose you because that is how we are wired, right? So when someone says, well, I want to rent. I can't buy, don't. I can't afford anything. Okay, right? How do you know that though for sure? Because here's the thing. No one should talk anyone into buying a home, but you have to understand something. A lot of people are talking themselves out of it. Just educate. I'm going to give you a scenario. This is when I knew we had a problem. This is when I knew that we had an issue. I'm going to tell you right here. Okay. This is when I knew. Yesenia, check this out. Young lady, by the way, fastest growing group of first time home buyers in America today are single ladies, just so you know. Yesenia, 720 credit score, 85K a year, 35K saved, didn't think she could ever buy a home until she found me on TikTok. Now, listen, for a young lady with a 720 credit score, $85,000 a year, $35,000 saved, for her to not realize that she would qualify as criminal. Like she's about as approved as approved can get. But all of the content that she's taking in says that it's the worst time to buy. You can't buy. No one can afford a home. You got to make over $100,000 a year to buy a house. There's nothing available. BlackRock's buying everything. How many of your clients have told you that? How many of your clients have told you that? Well, guess what? I got you sending it into a home almost a year ago. She found me on TikTok. By the way, your ideal client is on social media. If you're not on social media, you're missing the boat. I'm not saying that you can't do deals if you're not, but what I'm saying is that's another limiting belief. The limiting belief is, well, there's nobody really viable. There's nobody really good. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm working on a bank statement program right now for a client. I'm working on a bank statement program for a client in Georgia. He found me on TikTok. Do you have any idea how much money he's running through his bank account? 1.2 million a month. But there's nobody worthy of working with on TikTok. Guys, I'm friends with so many loan officers on TikTok. Almost 100% of their business is coming from social media. So, and by the way, this is another reason why it's really important for you to understand and know how to do this. I'm going to tell you why. Because look, I've been doing this 25 years. It was unheard of for someone to typically start their journey with a lender. Almost every single time they start their journey with a realtor. Why? No one wants a mortgage, they want a house. Okay? That is shifting. That is shifting. Do you know how many people that reach out to me do not have a real estate agent that they're working with? They don't. Because loan officers like myself are putting value and content out where people are starting their journey with more and more and more lenders and loan officers than ever before, than ever before. So it used to be where loan officers were just sitting there trying to exclusively get the referral from the real estate agent. Now it's a beautiful thing because we can give back. We can give back. We're out here working with you, alongside you, helping you. So again, if you want a go-to lender that's going to help you with not only closing on time and getting things done and being able to explain, let me ask you something. If I spend 500 hours teaching people how to buy homes, do you think I know how to talk to your buyer? Do you think I know how to talk to your buyer, right? Imagine that for a moment, right? So high rates are not the problem. Misinformation is the problem. I'm telling you that right now. High rates, you think that the problem is high rates. It's a partial problem, but I'm telling you a bigger problem. A bigger problem is misinformation. That's the biggest problem, right? Create content that breaks myths and challenges conventional thinking. If you can afford a home and you can find a home, I said it again, buy a home. Guys, put it in the chat if you're enjoying this, if you've learned something. Is if just one thing that you can take away, you're like, you know what? That really does make that sense. I really want to adapt a growth mindset. This really, really helps me out. Hopefully this is getting you to think and shift a little bit differently. And again, I don't tell you to do anything I've not already done, right? When I tell you to do certain things, I've already done it. It's not like theory stuff. Like I've already done it. So here's the deal. Content ideas, pick time sensitive topics. I just posted a video about the homestead tax credit in Maryland, 31,000 views in 24 hours, right? I'm not in the 200, stuck in the 200 view zone, right? You got to know how to create content. Now, wouldn't you like to work with a lender that's not only going to get your stuff done, but also show you how to generate business? If you guys want, I want to be your go-to lender, right? To help you do this stuff, right? And then possibly I can refer you some deals as well. What questions do you get asked over and over again? Some of you are stuck on the content. Content's so easy. What question do you get asked over and over again? If one person has a question, 20 people want the answer. Feature homes, give your opinion, be bold, tell stories. Some of you are terrified to give your opinion because you're worried about trolls, right? The money is a lot of times is in giving your opinion, being bold. Because look, when you're bold and you're giving your opinion, you're looked at as an authority, right? I had somebody on my live the other day, and I don't I don't want to get too political or whatever, but they were just terrified. They were just terrified how all the programs are going away this year, right? Is FHA going away? Is FHA going away? Is anyone going to be able to get a USDA loan anymore? I'm like, what content are you tuning into? I don't get it. I don't get it, right? So anyway, let me keep rocking and rolling. These are the 4 skills that you must master this year. Take a screenshot of this. This is probably the most vital of them all. Marketing and storytelling. Number 1, bar none, marketing story. I don't care how well you are at negotiating. You won't have anybody to negotiate for if you don't know how to generate leads. Period. End of story. I don't care how good you are with reading contracts and working up contracts, submitting contracts. Great. But if you don't have anyone to help, that's really going to be a moot point. Would you agree? Would you agree with that? Right? So marketing and storytelling is key. Problem solving is everything. Because people think the problem that people have, they don't think they can buy. They don't think it's the right time to buy. They think the rates are too high. They think that there's no inventory. That's problem solving. Okay? So let me ask you a question, right? If you have a go-to lender that you can rely on that helps you to solve problems, hey, you know what? Talk to my lender. Give him a call, talk to him, help him out. I'm going to share with you in a minute one of the best things that we can do together, right? Following up. See, a lot of you think that you need more leads. No, you just need to work the leads that you have a little bit better. See, because a lot of you have tons and tons and tons of leads, right? But you don't follow up. Like, you just don't. Like, they come in, they reach out to you, they never hear from you again, and you think you need more leads, all right? And I'm going to tell you the last one, prioritizing. A lot of you are working your asses off. You're working very, very hard, but you're working on the wrong things. You're working on the wrong things. You might be working super, super hard, but it doesn't matter. If you're not prioritizing and you're not working on the right things, it doesn't matter. You're not going to close anything, right? The person that works the hardest is not the one that makes the money. The person that works on the right thing consistently is the one that's going to make the money. You can take a soundbite of that. All right. That's what it comes down to. Many of you are working very, very hard. You're extremely hardworking. You've got great work ethic, but it doesn't matter. If you're prioritizing the wrong thing, it's not going to matter. All right. So, look, how can I help you close more in 2025? I'm going to share with you. Number one, you kind of see like, I want to help you. I want to be your go to lender. If your go to lender is helping you with all this stuff and they're helping you generate deals, they're helping you close stuff, cool. I want to be your go-to lender. I don't need to be your only lender. Okay. 15-minute free consultation. Let me ask you a question. How many more deals do you think you would close if you talk to clients and you just said, look, why don't you just have a quick conversation with my go-to lender? Talk to him. No pressure. He's very helpful. He's all over social media and he'll help you to figure out whether it makes sense or it doesn't. Because here's the deal. If they don't qualify, we give them a blueprint what to do. If they do, we're golden, right? Just imagine putting them at ease. Look, just talk to my go-to lender. I want to start with a conversation, not an application. Let's start with a conversation, not an application. Conversations lead to closings. How many more closings do you think you're going to have if you have someone that you can refer them to where they're going to call you back and be like, my goodness, I talked to Carlo. That was awesome. Really, really cool. Super knowledgeable, very helpful. He gave me some things to think about. He's going to get me pre-approved or he told me what to work on. Boom. All right. Soft credit checks. The number one fear people have is they don't want their credit pulled. We don't do that. We don't start with a hard check. We start with a soft credit check. By the way, we can also run what's called automated underwriting with a soft credit check. So you ever hear somebody say, well, like, I don't want my credit pulled, or how long is a pre-approval good for? Listen, talk to my lender. He doesn't even do an application unless he feels that he can help you. That's it. I want you to be able to have more conversations. Conversations are everywhere, by the way, everywhere. Like we're in real estate. Real estate applies. It does not matter what somebody says to me, I can turn it into a conversation, right? Somebody could say to me, hey, you know what? I just bought a home, not interested. I just bought a home. I don't need anything. Awesome. Hey, listen, is that your forever home? Do you plan on living there forever? Do you have kids? Are you going to help them buy a house? Have you heard about the family opportunity loans? Cool. You bought a home. Great. Have you ever thought about where are you going on vacation? You ever think about buying a home there? Right? Real estate's easy, like super, super easy. My son goes to Muay Thai. I sit down. I picked up clients from Muay Thai, just sitting there talking to people. Hey, that's awesome. Do you live around here? Awesome. Yeah, how far? Yeah, I'm driving about 30 minutes. Okay, cool. You're renting? Do you own? Have you thought about, do you like this area? You thought about moving in this area? What do you think? Well, I'll think about buying a home, but I'm not sure that I can afford one. Yeah, I totally get it. What's rent going for around here? Oh my God, shit, I'm paying $2,500 a month. $2,500 a month. Really? That probably gets you about 350, 350, 360, right? You might be able to buy something like that. So why don't we talk? Okay, cool. That's it. We also have credit expert. Credit expert is a way for me to look at the credit and help them to get their scores up if they need be. So we can run simulators. We can do it. They don't need credit repair, right? If they're ready to buy a home, right, they still might be able to get their credit scores up. We can take a look at it for them, right? That's just part of the credit reports that we pull. We can run credit expert. Now, they're not ready to go, refer them to a credit repair specialist. That's totally fine. But a lot of times, like I'll tell you a quick story. I had Tanisha reached out to me. She was referred to me by one of my great real estate agents. She wanted to buy a house. Single mom, 3 kids. Her landlord would not renew her lease. 580 credit score. She really didn't have much money to work with. She had like 3-4 grand, right? $3,000-$4,000. I said, here's what I would do, Tanisha. I said, you really don't have a lot of money to work with. I said, here's what I would do. I would take the money you do have, fix your credit. I told her exactly what to do. It'll probably bump your credit score to 640. You're going to qualify for down payment assistance. That's what we did. I helped her turn 4 grand into 25,000. That's what we did. Took me about 45 days to do it. Told her exactly what to do. I told her I can't guarantee, I'm not the credit bureaus. I can't guarantee that if you go do this stuff that you're going to be able to buy a home, but I do this, quite a bit, probably what you need to do. So imagine having a go-to lender that is no pressure, none. I'm not selling a purse. I'm not selling shoes. There's a very, very good chance that if I work with your client, we're probably going to be working together for 2 or 3 months, 4 months, possibly, right? So having a go-to lender that's problem solver, no pressure, soft credit check, and can also look at their credit and help them to figure out what to do. Listen, some of you want to help clients that have a home for sale, but you need to be able to put a non-contingent offer in, right, to be competitive. I just helped one of my best friends buy a home. Her realtor reached out to me. He's like, "Look, Carlo, if we put in a contingent offer, not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We need to figure out a way to put in a non-contingent offer." That's what I did. Most people don't even understand recasting. They don't even understand what recasting is. Recasting is when you sell your home after the fact. You take a lump sum of money and you get the payment down. And by the way, you can recast in many cases out of mortgage insurance, right? You need someone who can solve problems, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And if we need to, I'm not saying we do this all the time, but if we need to, we can close in 15 days, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And if you need a same day pre-approval, let me know. Let me know. I had a client reach out to me on Black Friday. I was the only one that answered the phone. Like a realtor is like, yo, I need somebody to help me right now. If you need help same day, I will drop what I am doing to help you, right? If I'm your go-to lender, that comes with perks, which means that you are my top priority. By the way, I'm on a mission to help 100 people fire their landlord, which means that I'm on a mission to help 100 of you, right? Close deals, transactions, right? I'm here to support you and help you. So hopefully that makes sense. Pre-approvals, I got you. By the way, on a side note, I'm a preferred lender with MMP. In 2023, we won the Rising Star Award for 2023. So if you need help with that type of stuff, I got you. Listen, I will tell you this, anyone can quote your client's rates, but is your lender available, offering daily home buying classes? Look, some of you, education's everything. You don't have time to educate. I have real estate agents that all they do is say, hey, go tune into my lender's live. He goes live every single day. I go live every single day. Every single day, even on vacation, I will go live 20 to 30 minutes a day. Every day, I am consistent. So imagine you have a go-to lender that's visible, right? They can go and they can tune in, they can listen, right? Because one of the things is that what people feel awkward is that they want an opportunity to listen on their own terms. That's why, by the way, another reason why I like doing this over home buying seminars, because people are scared. They don't want to be put into a forced, awkward situation. But when you listen to someone on your own terms, you can basically listen to what they have to say and make your own decision, which is fine. We offer daily home buying classes. Connect with me. I'm at the Helpful Lender. If you're on TikTok, I think it's going to still be here in a couple, weeks or whatever. If not, it's going to go on YouTube. Not worried about it. But imagine saying, hey, listen, home buying class, my go-to lender educates clients every single day. Because who do you think they're going to call? Who do you think they're going to reach out to? Right? They're like, oh, that's great. I'm sitting there helping them, encouraging them, showing them properties and doing things like that. So I've had real estate agents call me back and be like, listen, I told my client to reach out to you and tune into your lives. They love it. They're ready to buy now. So easy for clients to look up. They can look me up. They can look up my reviews, right? I have exposure on social media. Like they can easily find me. They're consuming content. Offering solutions and know how to explain the benefits of buying when rates are high. Does your lender know how to explain why it makes sense to buy when rates are high, right? So it knows how to explain the cost of waiting, right? A lot of people just think that they're going to wait. Well, has anyone explained to them the cost of waiting and what that might mean? Right. So if you want to work with me, I want to be your go-to lender. Again, I don't need to be your only lender. You work with other people, great. Reach out to me. Let me help you get deals done. This is how you connect with me. I'm at the Helpful Lender. Give me a follow. My name's Carlo. TalkToCarlo.com is my digital business card. Here's what I recommend each and every one of you do right now. Go schedule a call with me. Go schedule a call with me, 15, 20 minutes. Let me figure out how to help you get more deals done this year. I promise you I will add value to your business, period. I will add value to your business if you're ready to do the work, right? If you have a fixed mindset, you're not ready to do anything differently, right? You crushed it in 2024. You're happy with what you did in 2024. Cool. If not, if you're hungry, you want to do more, I want to do more with you. I'm here to help you. You want an accountability partner? I'll call you once a week, right? You can test me on that, right? So go to talktocarlo.com, schedule a call with me. Let's get on a call together. Let's figure out what's going to be the best thing to help you. And if you've got any questions here, let's just do a quick Q&A. Did you guys find value? Did you guys enjoy this? Did you get anything from it that's going to help you go into 2025 fired up, ready to go, a little mindset shift, anything at all that's going to help you? Cool, Sharice. Awesome. Right?
Tons and tons of value. You gave us a to-do list to shift ourselves, our mindset, ourselves, our daily to-do list, the things that we need to do, things that we need to brush up on. Some professional development was in there. Oh, I made a whole list. I started on a notepad, but I went to a notebook. So I've gotten a couple pages, but really good things. And some of them were reminders. Some of them were the things that we were doing, but then we tend to move on. Someone said last week, we move on to the shiny object instead of doing something consistently and something that it works and has been working. So the consistency, but you reminded us that we have to really brush up on our skills and the top skills, again, problem solving, storytelling. Storytelling is your marketing, best marketing around, okay? Because people like to hear stories. Following up, you reminded us again, following up and prioritizing. A lot of people say time management, but it's really about prioritizing which skill and which content idea that we're going to go with today, or which content ideas we need to do consistently or give consistently. Just basically doing the things that work consistently, whether or not you see results today. Because you 9 times out of 10, you won't see the results today until you get to like where you are, right? Or where you've been, because you've been doing it every single day. So now you can see results on a daily basis, but we have to start somewhere and get going and keep doing something that works for us, something that you've given us also. And I see a question in the chat now.
Yeah, and one thing just to add to that, what you want to do is when you set a goal to do something, don't focus on the result, focus on the action.
Yeah.
And really what you need to do is focus on the fact, did you do what you say you were going to do, even if it didn't work? When I first started going live, it was crickets. No one was tuning into my lives, but that wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't to land business from the live that day. My goal was to do it, right? Because here's the thing, right? Your mind is designed to do one thing and one thing only, right? What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. What is your mind designed to do? What's your mind designed to do? Put it in the chat. What do you guys think? What is your mind designed to do? It's only one thing. It's to keep you safe. It's to survive you. It's to keep you safe. Your mind is never going to say, this is a great idea. Let's put ourselves out there. Let's put ourselves in a position where we're going to possibly get embarrassed or look stupid or whatever. Your mind's never going to tell you that. But here's the deal. Everything that you want is on the other side of feeling uncomfortable. Like when I went live on TikTok, like it was extremely uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. But when you have a growth mindset, you know that uncomfort, you're doing the right thing, right? So really what you want to do, and when I say this to you, I say it to myself, by the way, I am by no means preaching to you. When I share something with you, I'm reminding myself, because Nikki is absolutely right. A lot of times it's not about learning something new. It's about being reminded of something you already know, but you need to do it. But the reason why we don't do it is because our mind kicks in. And by the way, your mind knows you better than anything. Your mind's like, oh, come on. Seriously? Like, really? You're going to do this, right? Seriously? There's a million other people doing this. This isn't going to work. Really? Come on. Your mind knows how to keep you safe better than anyone ever will. It knows exactly what to say, how to say it, the right syntax. It knows exactly what to do and how to say it. You have to override the mind. One of the things you could do tonight, tomorrow, whatever it is, whenever you brush your teeth next, first thing, brush with your opposite hand. Because what you're doing is you're consciously making a decision to do something different. You're consciously saying to your subconscious, hey, look, I know I'm on autopilot, but not today. When you go and you drink your coffee, drink it with your other hand. It might sound really, really silly, but what you're doing is you're consciously making a decision to do something different, to do something different. So you're telling your mind, or get a rubber band, put it around your wrist, and anytime you have a thought that doesn't empower you, boom, snap yourself a little bit. Don't hurt yourself too bad. Snap yourself a little bit and be like, yo, we're not doing that. We're not doing that this year. I appreciate you. Thank you for keeping me safe. Listen, I'll tell you something right now. If you let me ask you this. Some of us, right? We have kids, right? Would you let anyone talk to your kids the way you talk to yourself? Would you let anyone talk to your kids the way that you talk to yourself? Probably not. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. I can't do it. If your kids came to you and said, Mom, Dad, I can't do it. I can't do it. You'd be like, yes, you can. You can get out there. You can do it. So think about that for a moment. So I hope that helps. Any questions? Let me know. And listen, really want to connect with you. Please reach out to me. I promise you, I will give you some ideas. add value to your business, help you close more deals. Anyone can quote interest rates. I'm telling you. I am telling you, I've been doing this a long time. Your clients can go online and get 100 rate quotes. That's just one piece of the puzzle. You need someone who can talk to someone. What questions you got for me?
So, Essence wants to know what was the topic of your first live, or have you always done workshops?
So when I went live, what I did was because no one was on it,
Mm.
and I was like, I didn't have any questions. I just had bullet points. So what I did was I talked about I talked about two or three things. I looked them up in the news, what was hot topic for that day, right? Because when you initially go live, you're not going to have anyone to talk to. So what I did was I had some bullet points. Then what I did was I invited somebody in my office to we just had a conversation. We were just talking to each other because we just didn't want a bunch of dead space. But then what happens is the questions take over and it's over. By the way, my longest live that I did by myself was 5 straight hours. 5 hours straight of answering questions. Because what happens is a live is like a party. Some of them are good and some of them aren't, right? Sometimes you go to a party and you're home by 8 o'clock in your pajamas. And then there's other parties where, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you end up at Waffle House because you met somebody who's hot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens, right? That's what happens. The lives are like the same way. So this one just kept going and going and going. But what you need to do when you go live or you do anything like that, just have some bullet points or interview someone. Those are two things that I did at the very, very beginning to do it. And then the questions just start rolling in. The questions start rolling in. And by the way, let me tell you one other thing, how to deal with trolls, okay? Because you're going to get them. Number one, don't take them personally. Don't take them personally. But here's the deal. Every single time you get a troll is an opportunity because what happens is people want to see how you handle it. One of my favorite real estate agents here in Baltimore, you know him, Nakia Chi. Chi is awesome. One of the things, the reason why people love him so much is because of how he responds to trolls. He's a real witty realtor,
Mhm.
really witty, and he's very, very good with his responses. If you get pissed, you get angry, you lose. But his responses are so great that other realtors come in and they just love him, right? So when you get a troll, it's the universe giving you an opportunity. Okay, great, thanks. They want people to want to see how you're going to respond to them, how you're going to respond to them. So anyway, that's what I did. I just had some bullet points when I first did that. Yep.
What about do you have a set time when you go live daily?
Nope. I go live. I've tested everything. I've literally gone live at 5 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, 2, 9. It's honestly, it's just whenever I have time in between calls and things like that. But I have not set a specific time that I go live every single day because sometimes I go live 2 or 3 times a day. But listen, if you want to work it into your schedule where you're like, hey, look, this is what I do. By the way, one of the first things I did when I first started out was I did live pre-approvals. You want to talk about stress? Do you
Yeah.
want to talk about stress?
Have
Here's what
to
I
help
did.
with that.
I had somebody say to me, well, how fast can you get pre-approved? I'm like, you want to find out? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'm going to DM you the link to my application. And if you have all your pay stubs and all that stuff ready, I'm like, I'll get you live right here on the show. I'll get you live right here on the show. Talk about completely destroying his limiting belief. I'm
Mhm.
like, because I guarantee you, if you're not getting pre-approved super, super fast, it's because you're not uploading everything you need. I said, so if you're ready, let's go. I got him pre-approved within 45 minutes on the show. On the show. So we did silly, crazy stuff like that at the beginning just to kind of stand out. But just be consistent. That's the main thing. Just go live. If you need any help with it, reach out. But that's what we did. That's what we did. It was fun.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. Then what I did was I did pre-approvals where I would go because here's what I did. I'm like, I'm working hours and hours a day helping my agents get their clients pre-approved. So what I did was I would get people pre-approved on the live without showing any personal information. Here's what I would do. I'd be like, okay, so Jennifer, she's a single mom. She's in Parkville. This is how much money she makes. This is what her credit score is. This is how much money she has. She has a $300 car payment, right? So what happens? People relate to that. And they're like, well, wait a minute, that's very similar to my situation. And what I would do is I would just switch it up. So I would just go through pre-approvals that I'm doing anyway, and then I would just talk about them out loud, and people loved it. People absolutely loved it. I put in the title live pre-approvals, and that's what we did. So but can you explain when you said you show homes that were affordable on your live? Yeah. So what I do is I'll have somebody give me an area And what we'll do is I will literally turn my camera around, I put it on my laptop, and I will go find them homes. Like, so I help all over the country. So like, let's say, for example, somebody's like, hey, I'm in a certain spot, North Carolina, whatever it is, zip code. What I really, really, really like to do is this. This is just me personally. This is what's worked for me. I want to see, it's what I call initial financial alignment. Initial financial alignment. What I mean by that is, what do you think is the maximum mortgage payment that you feel comfortable with? I don't care what you qualify for. Because look, if I qualify your buyer for a $4,000 payment, but in their mind, they're trying to find something for 2,500 bucks, my job is to protect your time. My job as a lender is to protect your time, right? How many of you have pre-approval lenders from a lender and your client never buys a house?
Mhm.
Right? Because look, at the end of the day, what I want to know is this. What do you think is the maximum mortgage payment that you feel comfortable with? Cool. What area are you looking to buy in? Right away, I know I'll go and I'll look, right? It's your job to find them a home, but isn't it nice to work with a lender that knows, hey, look, you know what? There's going to be 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 homes available, no homes. I've had people reach out to me. I'm like, you're not going to find anything. I'm just letting you know. You've got a lender that's got your back, right? That's like, look, I'm just letting you know right now. That way, it's not just you saying it. You're like, hey, the lender told me, yeah, that's true. Now, I'm still going to help them map out a game plan of where they want to be. But listen, aside from your family and and health, there's nothing more valuable than your time. You don't want to be wasting time. So, but what I do is like yesterday, I have people. I'm like, okay, and this is what I do. Like I've been doing this so long that I'm kind of used to it now. I'm like, okay, what zip code? Give me your zip code. Give me your payment. I'll tell you if you're gonna find something. Go. And you will just see the comment section blow up. They'll be like, zip code payment, zip code payment, zip code payment. And I'll just be like, okay, well, cool, let's find you a house. And I'll literally go on there and I will tell them, like, don't call a real estate agent just because you saw some dude on TikTok tell you that you're ready to go. I said, but what we want to do is we want to see if you're in initial financial alignment. And that's what we do. Any area that people are looking to do when I show them homes, because why? Some people think there's nothing available, and for some there aren't. I have some people in California that are like, I can't find anything. I'm not with that budget. No, you're not going to find anything. No, you're not. Like, like don't continue renting. You should continue renting. Continue going. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to buy. The
Mhm.
question isn't whether you should buy or you should wait. The question is, number one, can you? And number two, is anything available that you can afford? Because if you can afford a home, find a home, buy a home. If not, then wait. But whether you should buy or you should wait is a byproduct of research. It's a byproduct of research. Most people want to buy in a zip code. They don't even know how many homes are available in that zip code. I know right now that if somebody wants to buy in 21234, there's 107 homes available. There's 107 homes available. And 40 of them are in the 350 range. That's it. Like that's will be very, very helpful when you're working with someone, when you're working with someone.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I love the questions. Keep them coming. And
So
then,
Carlo, what you
yeah,
just said is basically you just said something that a lot of people say to us, they just say it in a different way. We should know the market. But what you just said is I know this zip code, I know this area, I know how many homes are for sale, I know how many homes are at this price point for sale. So you drill down is what you're saying and what you're telling everybody, or what I would just want to be very specific about. I don't just go online, log into the MLS and start doing research. I kind of drill down and then I have some content, I have a topic. It's almost I'm going back to find the home first.
yeah,
So it's almost like marketing listings. Instead of just going online saying I'm a real estate agent. You have a property that you can market. Hopefully somebody in your office. If you don't have a listing, somebody in your office has a listing that you can market online. It just
right.
makes sense. So we've been hearing this stuff, or we've been seeing it done, but we haven't put it into these type of terms, or we haven't set it up this way. The other thing I really wanted to go back to is when you say don't set goals. We just had business planning. We're gonna do business planning next week, the week after that. We're gonna do it again in March. But what you said most important is because we've told them to set goals, of course. So they like when the kids told us set goals. But really, I told you to set up your mission. I like that.
Yes.
Really,
Yeah.
or if I would have said it that way, it just sounds better. I have a mission. I'm going to do this, but it's going to take one, two, three, four. It's going to take these activities. It's going to take these actions. It's going to take for me to execute. Also, with goals, again, I feel like they look inward. And when you say turn your focus outward, so I want to sell five homes this month. I want to help five families this month. It's two separate things, but it's the same thing. So
Absolutely.
my
Yeah.
mission is to help five families move into a home by March
Yeah.
versus I want to sell five houses before March. It sounds so different and it makes a difference in your content strategy, your planning, your storytelling. It makes
Mhm.
a big difference. And while we talking about storytelling, Brittany said, how can we work on storytelling and marketing? Oh, that's really good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you answer.
So the best way, Brittany, to work on storytelling is just share stories of people you've already helped. That's
Hmm.
it. Like just share stories of people you've already helped. And here's the deal. To be really, really genuine, share the bad stuff too.
Hmm.
Share stories of people that struggled, had a tough time. It didn't go very smoothly, but they overcame adversity. One of the mistakes that I see a lot of realtors making is they're like, got another one, closing table, closing table, closing table. No one gives a shit. No one cares.
I
Because
just
what
finished
you're
saying
doing,
that.
okay, because what you're doing is you think that because you have a closing, that people are going to put two and two together and be like, oh, this person's the right realtor for me because I see they're not relating to that. What you want to do is you want to tell a story. Hey, listen, you know what? I just helped Jennifer get to closing. She's a single mom with three wonderful kids. Because listen, chances are, if you got them to the closing table, they're going to let you tell the stories and share it, right? So that's what you want to do, right? So the way that you work on storytelling is number one, you can start with your own, like what made you decide to get into real estate? Why do you do what you do? That's cool. But the other thing is tell your stories. One thing I learned a long time ago is make your client the superhero of the story, not you.
Mhm.
Make your client right? The Wonder Woman of the story, not you that you came in and saved them. Make them Wonder Woman. Make them the hero of the story, not you. Hey, look, they were terrified. They didn't know how they were going to do it, right? But they did it anyway. They figured out what to do and how to do it, and they let me help them, right? So then you're not putting the spotlight on yourself, right? So when I do lives, I talk about Yesenia all the time. I'm like, single mom. She bought a home, didn't think she could do it. She did it. By the way, just so you know, I've never had one single person ever at the settlement table say, you know what, Carlo, thank you so much for telling me, for making me feel bad that I was renting. Thank you. I really appreciate you making me feel really, really bad that I'm a renter. No, they'll be like, hey, thanks for showing me how we could get this done. I didn't know that there was a way. So that's what you want to do. Just and listen, here's the deal. If you don't have a story to tell, share someone else's, right? Hey, listen, Nakia in my office, she just helped this wonderful client. I want to share it with you because it might, as soon as you just say, I'm sharing another story, they almost immediately forget that it's not yours.
Mhm.
Because what they're doing is they're focusing on the person telling the story. They're focusing on the person telling the story.
Can I
So,
give one more secret, even though this is going to be YouTube and it won't be a secret if someone watches this to the end? If you don't have a story and you know how to use ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT to create you a story. Give it a scenario and give it names to say, I want to tell the story of how Nakia was a first-time home buyer. She struggled with credit. She came to my home buyer workshop. We sent her to Carlo to get pre-approved. She had to fix three things on her credit. Then 2 months later, she was pre-approved. And then we found a house 3 weeks later, and then she went to settlement 6 weeks later. And boom, ChatGPT will create you a storybook like it's a fiction writer. Okay. But guess what? Nobody's going to go on the MLS and check to see if that story's correct. Nobody is going to fact check that story. So don't feel like you don't have content because a lot of people feel like they don't have content. That's why they're not going live. That's why, like when you said about the bullet points, they feel like they don't have anything to say. They don't have a story to tell. So they are not doing these things that you're telling them to do. Well, guess what? We have a secret tool, my personal assistant, Miss or Mr. Chat GBT. Okay. Google Gemini also. I've been seeing the commercials a lot lately about Google Gemini. They will create the story for you. Give it a scenario. And it doesn't even have to be as long as I just said. Just say, tell the story of how Nakia struggled before buying a house and we got her approved for a loan and now she's in a home. And you will be surprised what they will come up with. And either you can tell the story, you can write it, you can use, the writing, but you can also make a video. So that's two pieces of content from that storytelling idea when you never even had a story. Okay. So just create some things. One more thing I used to do, Carlo, that you said too, because I'm loving all the stuff you said, okay? Is you say you allow people to bring questions or ask questions, or you want the questions to roll in. The consistency thing. Way back in 2015, 2016, and 2017, I did X Nakia Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, I was doing desk duty. This is when I still worked in the office. Every Wednesday, I was on desk duty from 10 to 12. So what I did is I posted on Facebook every single week the phone number to the office phone. Call me at this number. Ask me any question you want to ask. Now, guess what? I didn't have ChatGPT back then, but when people didn't ask questions, what I would do is I would Google a question. I would see the question, get the answer, and what I would do is I'd go on back to Facebook because I wasn't going live back then. I wasn't doing much video back then. I would say, here was the question asked, and here is the answer. But I did that every single Wednesday. And alongside of home buyer workshops, those two things made me never have to cold call, made me never have to do any farming. But 75% of my business came from Facebook, from marketing the home buyer workshops, which I call credit workshops. So I was a little different. Marketing those on Facebook, getting the referrals from the people that have already attended the workshops or that I've helped already, and just having that Ask Me Questions Wednesday and putting the questions and answers out there. So I was the resource, that was my content, right? So I put that information out there. And people that were in my feed or that were scrolling just knew I was the go-to. Nakia can answer any question. Nakia knows real estate. Nakia has this. Nakia does this. I had Facebook as my marketing team. They were my PR team. So while I'm working with other clients, I had people out there marketing for me. And that's the idea of social media. It's not so much as you to market yourself, but you to get a media team or a referral team, you to get action, you to inspire others to make action on behalf of you and your business. And that's why we have to tell the stories. We have to follow up. We have to appear live. We have to talk online. People have to get to know us. We have to get to the point where people know, like, and trust us to inspire them to make an appointment or to get on the phone. The idea is not to keep telling people I'm a real estate agent, not to keep telling people how many properties you sold or I'm at the closing table. The person with the key that only pops up with the key at closing and has nothing else on social media. Who cares? I've said that
Mhm.
so many times. Who cares? Like you said, it's not relatable. So thank you for giving me the right terms to put that because I've been saying it all kind of ways, but it's not relatable. Like I can't relate to somebody just showing up with a key once a month, once a quarter. I need to know what else. I need to know, do you have any homes that I might be interested in? I need to know what your opinion is on the interest rate. I need to know what your opinion is on credit. I need to know what your opinion is on my credit. So can you help me to understand this process, or have you helped somebody with the same story? That's my story. So now
Absolutely.
you are relatable and I want to work with you. So that's what's more important about marketing and social media, or marketing on social media. And that's why people really have to take a second look at social media, or even a second look at what they have been doing on social media and what they need to do. So this conversation was very timely, especially in a time when they are business planning. So now you don't have to set goals. You need to set a mission and
Yeah.
action steps, and activity goals is what I like. I like activity goals. I'm going to go live 3 times this week on TikTok. That's an activity goal, right? That's my mission. I'm going to do something, right? So look at things, taking a look at things different. So guess what? You did exactly what you said you were going to do. You were going to shift our mindsets. And let me tell you something, you got us on fire.
I
that
love it. I love
that
it.
comment section, the chat box, and everybody is just feeling good. Like we can go out and conquer the world today. So we thank you. Again, we thank you.
You're welcome. One final thought. I mean, that's what we do with buyers, right? So if you feel inspired and encouraged, that's what we do with our buyers, right? We don't need to convince our buyers to do something that they don't want to do. We want to encourage them. And I will tell you, listen, piggyback on my mission. You can tell people, hey, listen, my go-to lender wants to help 100 people fire their landlord, and he's going to do it. You should talk to him. You should talk to him. Give him a call. Let me do, and here's how the best way to refer it. Do a group chat, a group text, right? Just be like, hey, listen, Carlo, I want to introduce you to Jennifer. She might be interested in buying a home this year. That way they feel comfortable. The number one thing people want to feel is safe. They don't want to feel like uncomfortable. So what you could just say is, hey, look, you know what? My go-to lender, he wants to help 100 people fire their landlord. Have a conversation with him. He can take a look at everything, doesn't even start with a soft credit check. He's either going to get you pre-approved or he's going to show you what to do. Give him a call. Let me do a group text, right? Let me do a group text, put you guys in contact, or a group email. So here's what I will tell you. One last thing, piggyback on that, reach out to me. I want to be your go-to lender this year to help you get more deals to the closing table. Reach out to me, schedule a call, send me a text message. It's talktocarlo.com is my digital business card. Save it, bookmark it, do whatever you need to do, make it your screensaver. Reach out. Thank you. That's my handle. You can find me on all social media platforms. Right now, I'm most active on TikTok. Hopefully it's not going anywhere. That's really what I do. I don't have enough followers to go live. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, just keep posting content, right?
And
I worked
get
with,
people to follow you. Get the followers. Just ask, simple ask. Go to Facebook, take your TikTok link and ask people
Mhm.
to follow you. Tell them you're in a contest. That was my favorite line. That's what I did on social media too. I always told people I'm in a contest. Please help me win. I need to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok by January 31st. Click my link. Take that to social media. Text it to your friends. Always include a link. Make it really easy. Text it
Mhm.
to your past clients. Text it to your SOI. Put it in agent groups. Put it on your social media. Hey, let's do a TikTok follow. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. Also, post that same post on TikTok because your TikTok is flowing out there. Just post a video to say, if you follow me, I'll follow you back. That is
Yeah,
really
you
all
know
you got to
what?
do is tell people what to do, and they literally will do it, especially if you ask for help. Help is the key word. All right. Mhm.
Let me share with you guys one last thing. Number one, it's a lot easier now to build your following because you don't need as many people. When I first started going live, I needed 1,000 people. You don't need that anymore. Let me just show you guys something real quick to kind of inspire you, and then we will go. I've got a couple things. But let me just share this with you real quick. Okay. So this is one of my coaching clients. I work with Russell. Russell had no followers, right? So 766 followers. He already got his first buyer from this. I've worked with him. So I've taught him all the same strategies that I taught you. He's super consistent. 766. It goes really, really quickly. He can go live now easily. 500 people go live. And then this is my handle on social media. TikTok's really my main one, but you can find me on any of the other ones, right? This is it right here. And again, like this one here, I posted this in Maryland, 32,000, right? 68,000, 31,000 for a mortgage channel. That's a lot of views, a lot of eyeballs. And here's the thing. The reason why you want to do this is because you want to position yourself as the expert. And people will look at you when listen, here's the thing. If you can teach somebody something, right? They say make them laugh, make them cry, make them think. Make them laugh, make them cry, make them think. I don't like making people cry. I try not to do that. But I definitely will, like, I try to add humor and have fun, but I definitely want to make people think. Because if you can make people think, then they're really good at, they're going to look at you and be like, hey, you know what? I didn't think of it that way. I didn't look at it that way. And that's how you can position yourself. Listen, I wish all of you well. Nakia, I'd love to do this once a month. If
Oh,
you
we're
guys
gonna
found
do it.
value, please give Nakia some feedback. You guys can speak in private or whatever, but if you found value, please let Nakia know. I'm open to doing this once a month. And what we can do is we can switch it up. One month we talk about marketing, the other month we talk about guidelines, right? We talk about guidelines. And if you found value from this, please send me a friend request. And if you would, comment on my page. Let me know, hey, look, I listened to you, I attended it. I put a lot of time and effort and thought for you guys because I really want to add value to you. Send me a friend request and comment on my page. Be like, hey, listen, I attended this morning. It was awesome. This was my takeaway. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you and share with your other client, with your other realtors that you enjoyed it. It was worth your time because I definitely respect your time more than you know. And I want to make sure that here's what I will promise you. If you show up once a month with me, I promise you I will make it worth your time. I promise you. you will walk away with something that morning that you can go do in your business that day. I will deliver for you. So share it with everyone. If you need me, reach out. Nakia, you're awesome. And it's nice to connect with each and every one of you.
Thank you. And believe it or not, y'all gonna laugh and they're gonna think I'm telling a story, but I need 8 more followers so I can go live. Y'all know what my number
There
is,
you go.
right? Look at that, 8. Please go follow me on
Number.
TikTok as well. I am moving with Nakia on TikTok. Go be one of my 8. Help me to be able to go live, and y'all know I will go live. They like when I'm talking my talk, and when and I should be going live more, talking all my junk that I talk. So real talk with Nakia, but it's at moving with Nakia. Go help me be one of those 8. I'm at 492 right now. So this is a challenge. Here I am using the word help. All right. Everybody have a great day. We will see you. I will let you know our next.
I just followed you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
You're one closer. You're one closer.
One closer. Thank you. So I will let you guys know when Carlo is back. But yes, I'm looking forward to these morning conversations again. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. I'll send you the YouTube link as well. Carlo and everybody else. I'm going to put this on YouTube. Thank you.
Great.
Thank
Thanks.
you all.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.